President Donald Trump defends his decision to pull all 2,000 U.S. troops out of Syria. He says it should come as no surprise since he's been campaigning on it for years. But advocates worry about Syria's vulnerable citizens, including Christians who are left behind. White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Wyatt. Vulnerable Christians could face more challenges after President Trump declared victory over ISIS in Syria. He released a video saying it's time to welcome U.S. troops home.
We have won against ISIS.
President Trump says U.S. troops have been in Syria long enough, and it's time for countries in the region to finish the fight. He tweets, Russia, Iran, Syria, and many others are not happy about the U.S. leaving, despite what the fake news says. Because now they will have to fight ISIS and others who they hate without us. I am building by far the most powerful military in the world. ISIS hits us, they are doomed. Some question if a U.S. exit will increase instability in the region, with Syria still experiencing civil war.
To be safe,
Edward Clancy with the nonprofit organization Aid to the Church in Need thinks it could worsen the plight of Christians.
Christians will be stuck in the middle. They'll be, put in the wheels of the grinder, so to speak. And that's my real concern. And that's why I hope that this is done wisely. It's not done just for some political pressure.
Clancy remembers when the U.S. removed military forces from Iraq. ISIS moved in, and Clancy says terrorists persecuted Christians. More than 70% were uprooted and forced to flee their ancestral homelands.
Be ready to respond, because we saw in Iraq that things got bad very quickly.
Some of the greatest concerns over the president's longtime pledge to remove the troops are coming from members of his own party.
The decision to withdraw an American presence in Syria is a colossal, in my mind, mistake, a grave error that's going to have significant repercussions in the years and months to come.
If you're tired of fighting radical Islam, I understand it. They're not tired of fighting you. And if you don't get that, you're making a huge mistake.
Senator Lindsey Graham says he hopes and prays the president will reconsider. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders issued a statement saying the U.S. will continue to fight terrorists and prevent them from, quote, infiltrating our borders. Wyatt?
Mark, how is the U.S. troop withdrawal viewed by Russia, another country with big stake in Syria?
Well, Russian President Vladimir Putin agrees with President Trump's victory proclamation. Putin says we have beaten the forces in Syria. Now, the U.S. pullout could strengthen Russia's role in Syria. Wyatt?
White House correspondent Mark Irons reporting. Thanks, Mark.